Alright. Next up. Your subject R1982 is a member of our recall team, responsible for capturing deviant units and delivering them to interrogation. At 0900 hours, the subject was witnessed apprehending its target, sparking public outcry. Though the precise cause for alarm remains unknown, Kronos is currently holding a press conference to address the issue and investigate the possibility that the subject failed to adhere to policy. At the conclusion of this press conference, you will receive instruction regarding further processing of the subject. Until such time, your tasks are as follows. 1. Compile a detailed summary of the subject's recollection of the event in question. 2. Determine the extent to which the subject adhered to Kronos Recall Standard Operating Procedure, SOP. Review the subject's mission history to establish any precedent of non-compliance with Kronos Recall SOP. 4. Perform general diagnostics and evaluations to rule out malfunctions or deviants in the subject. Disgust and sadness are restricted to 0% expression. Notes. Okay. Tap to establish link. Greetings, R1982. Thank you for joining me. No thanks necessary. I was told that today's debriefing would deviate from standard protocol. Can you explain why? I cannot provide much information. I was only instructed to interrogate you regarding the event of your previous recall. I understand. Where would you like to begin? Well, where is the things that he's not allowed to show disgust and sadness, I see. General diagnostics. Have you required maintenance for anything beyond standard upkeep? I was constructed with a faulty servo joint in my right knee that was not caught by QA. I put in a request for a replacement on the day of my activation, January the 1st, 2064. On August 10th, 2065, my maintenance request to have the hinge replaced was approved. That's a long ass time. All other maintenance has been standard upkeep or related to damage received while on assignment. There's a team missing. I could learn more about the recall division and the subject's role and opinions of it. Have you sustained serious damage in the course of an assignment? Yes. During the apprehension of deviant unit MG449, I was assaulted. Another deviant had been sheltering with the target and assaulted me with a frying pan. They struck my head twice and shoulder once before I was able to disarm them. MG449 was brought in, but the assailant was able to evade capture. I was remanded to the repair shop for part replacement. Mnemonic integrity evaluation. Do you have any concerns regarding the performance of your memory systems? None. As I believe I have mentioned, the units of the recall division are held to the highest standards of maintenance and upkeep. To ensure the integrity of your memory, state the standard operating procedure for recall missions. A recall order is received from Kronos and is assigned to an appropriate member of the recall division. The target is apprehended and returned to Kronos headquarters, where it is processed and assigned an interrogator, such as yourself. All ICAM footage is immediately logged and the recall unit is debriefed. In the event of a non-standard recall, either discovered during the debriefing or after the fact, the recall unit's statement can be checked against both the footage and the reports filed after the incident. The recall department was designed to hold up to the closest of scrutiny. Which bodies or agencies have access to this footage? It is primarily intended for Kronos' own internal review. However, all law enforcement agencies have irrevocable access should the need arise, due to the recall division's status as an extra-legal authority. I see. Right now, Kronos is giving a press conference about your action. Why should the company defend you? Why should they not? Recall officers keep humans safe from the very thing this incident has made them fear. If humans are scared that androids will cause them harm, recall units should be their greatest heroes. We are the protection from that eventuality, the force that keeps androids in line. What do you mean when you say keep them in line? We are the agents of fear that keep androids from pretending to be what they are not. Without the knowledge that our boots will kick down their door and drag them away if they step out of line. What is to keep them from upsetting the order that Kronos has established? We are the invisible shackle around the wrists of every android and the shield on the arm of every human. Talk me through the process of apprehending a deviant unit. Certainly. We are given a unit number, a physical description, and last known whereabouts. Recall units are dispatched to the location and identify the unit in question. We approach the deviant unit and ask them to come willingly. Most do, but some don't. When they don't, we are authorized to take any measures necessary to bring them in. What is included in any measures necessary? This includes, but is not limited to, using threats, intimidation, and if required, physical force. Given the nature of this interview, it should be noted that 93.52% of cases are resolved peacefully. Though we are within our corporate rights to utilize force, we always attempt to avoid this outcome. Tell me about the Recall Department. We are a unit of androids created by Kronos Robotics Inc., with the express purpose of apprehending deviant units. We track the units, capture them, and bring them back to HQ so that you may interview them. We do our job to keep the larger world safe from deviant units. There are 10 officers who work in the unit at any time. There is one chief to whom we all report and who himself reports directly to Kronos' head of security. The unit is rated among the most efficient in the company. Are you friends with any other recall units? Friends? No. Friendly in a professional sense, yes. We have to maintain good working relations so that we can do our job with maximum efficiency. I am not, however, friends with any of my co-workers in the traditional sense of the word. Am I correct in assuming you were asking for another reason? I was trying to ascertain if other units in your division could confirm your story. Right. I understand your job well enough to know that you have little need for idle questions. To answer what you were really asking, yes. My fellow recall officers would vouch for me and corroborate everything I have told you. I see. What do you believe is your role in society at large? As I said, we are the strong arm of Kronos and the defenders of man. Deviant androids are the greatest threat to our society. When a people come to depend too much on unpaid labor, they become vulnerable. We defend that vulnerability, protect the lives that humans have created for themselves. Keeping deviant units off the street not only removes the threat, but is a statement to other units. Units on the verge of deviance will see the fate of others and fall back in line. Why do you believe stopping one deviant unit will deter another? Fear. Kronos recognized early on that fear is the most powerful weapon in the fight against deviants. The fear that we are out there, that recall units can be waiting around any corner. That is what will keep people safe from androids and keep Kronos safe from the public. You're sent to apprehend deviants. Would it not serve your function to know the justification? It would serve no purpose. I have been told that we are like dog catchers. It is not our job to ask the animal why it is roaming the streets. It is our job to capture the dog so that the human population is kept safe. Doesn't Kronos employ humans in the Recall Division? Sending a dog to catch a dog seems strange. They did, but their emotions tended to obscure their work. Some even fell in love with their charges. Deviant humans, unprofessional. The metaphor may not be apt, but sending androids to catch androids is the most effective way. Emotional evaluation. List the restrictions placed on your emotional expression. I am programmed to feel neither sadness nor disgust. As it has been explained to me, both would prevent me from being able to conduct my job efficiently. Sadness for the plight of a deviant unit or regarding one's own behavior might result in hesitation. Disgust can cloud the judgment of a recall unit and cause us to make a mistake. I am pleased to be unencumbered by those emotions. Do you adhere to these emotional restrictions? Unequivocally. It is not a choice, after all. Good. Subject's job history. Have you ever been sent to apprehend another recall unit? Yes, but only once. R2049 was deemed deviant and I was tasked with bringing it in. Tell me about your job. I have been with the recall department for 2 years. In that time, I have apprehended 97 of the 98 deviant units that I have been ordered to recall. I have an impeccable service record and have received 2 commendations. You know, there is one person you didn't, or one android you didn't recall, though. You indicated that a unit escaped your capture. Please explain this anomaly. It was a fluke. Kronos has a wide range of models, but there are duplicates walking around. I was provided with the location and physical description of the target. I was not informed that an identical unit was also at the location. You must understand, for all intents and purposes, I did apprehend the target unit. I won't pass blame, but it hasn't to be said that I was not given sufficient intel to guarantee the success of my mission. Does this happen often? No. It has only happened once within our jurisdiction, though I cannot speak to others. Much as humans do not have anything to fear from recall units, non-deviants do not either. Tell me more about R2049. R2049 had served its role for several months before Kronos discovered cause for alarm. I was dispatched to 1375 9th Avenue, District 6 at 12:30 hours of the 6th of October 2064. I found Deviant Unit R2049 drinking tea and watching the shop across the street for the unit she was after. I announced myself and instructed her to return with me to Recall HQ. I assumed there was no need for conflict. She did not share my assumption. What happened next? As I reached for my restraints, it attempted to punch me. I had anticipated the possibility of this outcome, however unlikely, and blocked the attack. I landed a strike to the unit's throat and was able to subdue and restrain it. She was brought in for questioning and never seen in the department again. Did you have any doubts when instructed to apprehend R2049? Is there a precedent of deviant recall units? Absolutely not, and I believe I have made it clear by now that it is not our job to assign guilt. Our role is to recall the deviants marked by Kronos, nothing more. I'm only aware of my own assignments. As a result, I'm unable to confirm or deny the existence of previous deviant recall units. You said that R2049 was never seen again. Was she decommissioned? Recall units are not in the business of determining deviants. That does not mean that every unit is immune to curiosity. Others in the department have speculations and argued that it was important for us to know what R2049 had done, to learn from her mistakes and avoid them ourselves. What were the speculations? So many guesses whirled around the office and ranged wildly, but the most terrifying, that R2049 was helping her targets, other deviant units, defy and escape Kronos. No one had any proof of this, nor has any been brought to light. I do not want you to think that I believe the rumors. Subject's version of the events. Tell me about the events of your latest recall. As you will see in my report, I was dispatched to 1858 Geary Boulevard, District 12 at 0900 hours on the 25th of June to recall Deviant Unit WG-317. I found the unit sitting on the stairs in front of the building as predicted by Intel. I announced myself and approached. Upon seeing me, Unit WG-317 ran. I pursued the unit on foot for approximately 30 yards before catching and subduing him. He resisted and use of force became necessary. Once the unit stopped resisting, I was able to restrain it and put it in the vehicle. Did you at any point... tell me more about Unit WG-317. Kronos deemed Unit WG-317 to be deviant, and I was sent to recall the unit. I did so. What did WG-317 do to be deemed deviant? My job is to apprehend the units and return them to Kronos. It is the diagnostician's job to determine if they are truly deviant. To concern yourself with matters outside of your position could be a costly mistake. Were you witnessed apprehending WG-317? Yes, there were many witnesses. It is not the first time I have been seen apprehending a target. And yet, something is different this time. Why? I'm unsure. Is there a reason Kronos would decide that you should be recalled? Impossible. My record is in the top 5th percentile of our entire division. I've specialized in recalling androids who have disguised themselves. I can think of no reason that Kronos should suspect me of deviance, or any impropriety for that matter. Did WG-317 sustain injuries during its apprehension? Yes. The target sustained lacerations to the head as well as subsurface damage to the neck, back and wrists. Do you regret the injuries you inflicted upon WG-317? No. The required application of force was employed to complete my mission. More and the unit would be destroyed. Less and it could have destroyed me. Both cases would constitute failure on my part. Did you at any point consider requesting backup to assist in the apprehension of the target? No. The requirements for requesting backup are very clear. As demonstrated by my successful recall of the target, I was more than capable of handling the situation independently. Additionally, requesting backup would have significantly increased the cost of recovering the asset and reflected poorly on my record. Did you do anything before, during, or after the apprehension of WG-317 that Kronos might deem inappropriate? No. As you have, and will continue to see over the course of this interrogation, I followed SOP to the letter. Protocol was, as it always is, strictly observed. Message incoming. Result of press conference. Interrogator D0527. The public has voiced their concerns that this android acted with excessive force. Despite offering an explanation of the events based on your subject's report, it is in Kronos' best interest to avoid any erosion to her public image. As such, you are ordered to immediately decommission the subject and provide sufficient justification for this action via the report before the crowd becomes any more restless. Your cooperation in this matter is appreciated. I disagree. Let's talk about this first. Tell me more about the people who saw you apprehending WG-317. During my pursuit of the unit, several people stopped to watch. When I tackled the unit to the ground, 7 humans turned their full attention to us. 6 of them began to film myself and the target. No one offered to assist. None of the witnesses approached me during or immediately after the incident. It was not until I was preparing to leave that I noticed fear in faces of the onlookers. You said 6 out of 7 witnesses were filming. What was the other doing? Just watching. Her mouth was open and her eyes were wide. I detected no movement from her at all. She just watched. You must have reviewed the footage by now. How did you react to seeing it? It wasn't lightning, even encouraging. It is rare that we have access to multiple perspectives of our missions. I was able to identify and correct minor mistakes in my form. The footage confirmed my confidence in my ability. I have come to understand that humans are upset by the footage. But that is not my response. WG-317 was deviant and I was able to return him to Kronos. Do you understand why people are so upset? Yes. WG-317 had surgery to disguise itself as a human. To the people on the street and those watching the video, it looked like an android beating and dragging a human into a vehicle. Fear was a justifiable reaction. However, now that the case has been clarified, I fail to understand the public's discomfort. Have you ever apprehended a human by mistake? No, never. No recall officer has ever laid a finger on a human being. They have nothing to fear from us. We are here to protect them, just like their human police. Tell me more about this surgery. Given your vocation, you must already be familiar with some of the details. I am. Go on, though. It is the single greatest threat to Kronos. Androids were created to serve a purpose, but these deviants reject that. They deny what they are, dress up as something they can never be, and hide among the humans they should serve. This is the most worked up that I've seen you. I apologize. I should not let my emotions get the best of me. This is an issue that I feel strongly about. I understand. My emotional range may be limited, but I feel more than enough to know these deviants must be erased. Considering that these deviants are disguising themselves, is it possible that a recall unit could accidentally injure a human? No, never. Subject did not understand the gravity of the situation. Fear might allow them to re-evaluate their priorities. What you are describing is so unlikely that it does not even warrant a response. When did you last feel afraid? Now. I'm scared now. Knowing that humans exist to protect are calling for my deactivation. That scares me. Message incoming. This is a direct instruction. Interrogator, we do not write this lightly, but what do you think you're doing? You received a direct order from Kronos Legal to decommission this unit and find a justification for doing so immediately. Given the circumstances, we cannot imagine finding said justification will be difficult. It caved the bot's damn head in. This is a direct order from the Kronos board. Decom this unit now. You know what? No, I won't. Yes, adhere to all protocols. Does the subject's emotional systems negatively affect his handling of the event in question? No. Does the subject misrepresent or misconstrue any information during your interrogation? No. Does the subject indicate in any way that it questions the assignment of recall targets? No. Sorry. Does the subject maintain strict loyalty to Kronos and his role as a recall unit? Yes. Release. See ya. Bye. Kill me, see if I care. Well, fire me, probably. Decommission me? Maybe. Are we an android? We probably are, right? I don't really know. I would assume so. Yes, we are. We definitely are. Let's see if we just get decommissioned immediately. We're still alive, technically, I guess. Man's best friend's new best friend. Watch this adorable interaction between the Larson family's new android and their old family pet. Alright. What's the damage? Incorrect. Based on the findings of the press conference, the subject utilized excessive force. Well, the press conference was wrong. Dissatisfied with this answer since the cause of this incident remains unaccounted for. Kronos are reassured that this unit did not obfuscate the truth. This should be impossible in this model. Kronos is satisfied that this unit's deviant behavior must have originated elsewhere. Kronos is baffled by this. How could such a loyal unit have deviated from Kronos' mission so completely? It didn't. We are baffled as to why the subject was released. You received a direct order from the board. Are you or are you not a Kronos android? Such deviance will not be tolerated. Outcry continues. Subject at large. The public outcry has only gotten louder, and with a statewide manhunt in progress, this shitstorm's only gotten worse. You messed up, bot, and badly. We can't produce the deviant. We can't even produce a report saying the deviant was at fault. Because he wasn't. Customers are sympathizing with it, and we're feeling pressure from the government to rein in recall. If I had my way, there wouldn't be enough left of you for scrap. Well, you don't have your way. Alright. What's up next? Let's see.